Welcome back to the channel, Warhammer Man back in the studio, and today we're going to take a look at some of the history of the Horus Heresy. Before we get started, if you're new to the channel, make sure to like and subscribe for Warhammer 40,000, Kill Team Necromunda, Age of Sigmar, and Horus Heresy content. The Horus Heresy, how the great triumph led to greater tragedy. At Adepticon, we revealed the new edition of Warhammer the Horus Heresy, with spectacular cinematic trailer and first look at some new breathtaking miniatures. Throughout April, we'll be showing you even more new models every Thursday, while on Fridays we'll be looking more closely at some of the critical moments of the conflict that shattered the galaxy. Yesterday you saw the full squad of versatile Mark VI Space Marines, so now let's discover where and how the seeds of heresy were sown, with an investigation into the Triumph of Ulmar. Super cool art right there. Definitely cool. The Triumph of Ulmar is one of the pivotal moments of the Horus Heresy, moment where fuse is lit. As the Great Crusade expanded outward from Terra, it reclaimed many worlds and fought many Xenos, but few were as mighty as the Orc Empire of Orruk. A few billion orcs weren't going to stop Horus, though. The war reached a crescendo on Ulmar Prime, as Horus and a squad of Justaeran Terminators teleported right into the heart of Uruk's fortress. As the Lunar Wolves did battle around them, Horus faced Uruk, wounding him before yeeting his body off the roof. Seeing their leader defeated, the Orc horde panicked and became easy prey for the Space Marines. The Great Crusade is at its height, and there has been a massive victory over the orcs of Ulmar. So that's a pretty freaking cool piece of art right there. The Emperor fighting side by side with Horus. Very cool. The Emperor declared it the biggest victory of the entire crusade and announced a huge triumph would be held to celebrate. Thousands of square kilometers were flattened on Ulmar to create a parade ground, which was decorated with the skulls of slain orcs. Millions of Imperial Army soldiers, Space Marines from the 14 legions, and hundreds of Titans marched in victory as the Emperor, Horus, Sanguinius, Mortarion, Magnus, Angron, Jagate Khan, Lorgar, Rogel Dorn, and Fulgrim looked on. So yeah, again, that's like an epic piece of art right there. Basically like the legends of the Horus Heresy. Bunch of Primarchs. During the victory celebration afterwards, the Emperor names Horus his War Master. Horus was presented as the grand finale of the triumph, and the Emperor made a momentous announcement to the gathered throngs. Here's Dan Abnett's, author of several key novels in Black Library's Horus Heresy series, on what the Emperor does next, and why it's so crucial in the events that follow. The Triumph of Ulmar is one of the pivotal moments of the heresy, the moments where the fuse is lit. The Great Crusade is at its height, and there has been a massive victory over the orcs of Ulmar. During a victory celebration afterwards, the Emperor names Horus his War Master, and to the shock of everyone present, instructs him to continue the crusade in his absence. The Emperor knows he has to return to Terra to continue his work on the Imperial Webway project. Though few are aware of the great undertaking, many feel the Emperor has abandoned them, and Horus is left as the most powerful commander in the crusade, and the focus of the catastrophic intrigue that then follows. Yeah, definitely some cool art right here. Horus was granted the giant mace, World Breaker, as a symbol of his position, and his legion was renamed the Sons of Horus. While many of the Primarchs supported the decision, there were those who were jealous of Horus' newfound power, and others who questioned his need for such a role. Here's what Robert Gilliman said to Lionel Johnson in The Unremembered Empire about Horus' promotion. Again, there's so much cool art right here. When Horus was named War Master, he did not much care what he had succeeded above me or Rogel or Ferris. What he truly savored was being chosen over you. That was about Gilliman to Lionel Johnson. But with the Emperor busy on Terra and his brothers somewhat wearily accepting him as their boss, what's the worst that could happen with Horus as War Master? Very cool. So obviously, nice little bit of lore right there. Some very cool art. I obviously know the story of the Horus Heresy and everything, but it's cool that they've expanded on the lore so much in a lot of the books and everything, because a lot of like the details and everything were kind of just left vaguely in the old history, and I never really got into the books or anything. I've heard quite a few of them, and certainly some specific authors are excellent. So this is a very cool picture right here. Definitely some awesome art. So yeah, let me know what you think. Do you guys enjoy this type of content? Are you excited for the Horus Heresy? And are you guys all pretty well versed in the history behind all this stuff? Or are you like me, where you kind of know the, story, but not all the specific details, etc.? Definitely always curious to hear back from you guys. A lot of the community is obviously Warhammer 40,000 fans. I know Horus Heresy is not nearly as popular like around me. I know it has a strong following though. So looking forward to the set. I think it's really cool. I'm excited for Horus Heresy players. But again, I'm probably more interested in the models than like the actual game. So that's it for today. If you like the video, make sure to like and subscribe. If you're new to the channel, do all kinds of Warhammer 40,000, Kill Team, Necromunda, Age of Sigmar, Warcry, and Horus Heresy content as well. Sometimes some Dungeons and Dragons, pretty much anything to do with tabletop gaming or wargaming. So that being said, Warhammer Man Studios, I'm Warhammer Man, and I'm out of here.